today. It is for Costas in English, and if I need to do something in Spanish, I'll do. But again, this is the confirmation, as Eva said several times with different countries, that we have been already launching this initiative, which is winning culture in Latin America. This is confirming the culture in Sandoz worldwide, which is very clear what we need to do, which is deliver best quality products for the patients at affordable price where they can get them everywhere across the world. And in the case of Latin America, we have been enforcing, and we are launching today the winning culture. I mean, this week has been several meetings with different countries, and it's today the initiative for this staff team in the region in Latin America. And the purpose is that we adjust and align more the culture in Latin America to the needs of the team and the countries, and finally the patients. And it is a confirmation of everything we were supposed to do since time ago. And what I'm going to share with you, first of all, some examples of the good success stories that we did within the last few months of last year and the first few months of this year. We have been improving some activities in supply. We have been increasing the hopping in the region in the last part of last year and also the first quarter of this year. We have been doing, for sure, much more talent recruitment in the region. Also, we've done a lot of activities in BDNL, cleaning up contracts, and doing many activities and things that have been putting us in a different stage and in a different place in worldwide. Also, reducing write-off has been done for the last two years probably, which has been helping us in order to have a healthier P&L, and as a consequence, more opening for the region, more profit and more benefit, which is part of the culture that we want to enforce. And this culture and this attitude that we want to have in the region, it's linked to 3 pillars, and the pillars are, you have them here behind us. You have the, let's start with this one. Number 1, high performance. We are supposed to have high performance across the region and in every country. And this is high performance in terms of sales, high performance in terms of every indicator, and especially focus on high profit, which means that delivering the high ROS that we are supposed to deliver in the next 5 years, starting from today. The second pillar is about people, and then you have it here, having great people with empowerment. It means that we want to have good people with good talent that are able to work themselves according to the values and behaviors and according to their capacity and ability and experience. That means that we want to empower people where they can deliver on their own and not depending on a lot of approvals, a lot of bureaucracy, and a lot of control, but just the other way around. It's a lot of empowerment and not freedom, but the opportunity to deliver based on their capacity or capabilities.
The momentum, I think Richard is bringing in this concept about more empowerment, living. I think this organization brings, and we've seen this in just 1 month. And it's not only because he was there in the town hall in the first time, that I think most of you guys were there, I hope so, but he is walking the talk. There's one thing that he did, as an example, in HR. He's not going to be interviewing every single candidate for a position that reports to us, because already we are to come up with a list of key positions, and everybody else will be empowered to the SEC members, which makes a lot of sense, because these are very senior people. I mean, these are people managing business, billion, or, and that's why I do believe it's the right time to start this. So, that said, so here's a little bit of the agenda. So why we are doing this, so you guys know, the case for change. And by the way, the case for change also changed dramatically. When I see my first slides, and the slides now, it's a totally different game. So now it's to build on what had started. When we first started, we had to build from scratch, so that's great. The main objectives, roles and responsibilities of the team that is responsible to make it happen at this stage, the implementation team. We're going to be talking about how we are bringing it to life, the different phases of the implementation, the support that we are going to be providing. We are much more clear, I'd say, than in Cativa on what this is about, and how we are going to be energizing this organization to get into this. And finally, the winning spirit. So what are the values and behaviors that we are expecting, that people will be demonstrating throughout this? The results that we expect, because that's another thing. The regional initiative is an initiative that is meant to put together the global initiative, the We Are Sandoz, that came up, I think, in 2012, if I'm not wrong. And local initiatives, countries like Salat, they had started something very similar locally, like 1 or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Gabi? I think it was 2012. No, 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in 2012, the end of 2012.
There we go. So the objective here is not to cancel the work that has been done already. It's the opposite. It's to leverage the regional image and put this whole thing together under this umbrella. Okay? And finally, but the other thing I want to mention about this is that we are looking at results. We are looking at tangible things. The other projects were more based on communication and behavioral orientation. Okay? And finally, recognizing and celebrating, in, from a regional dimension, the good work that we hope is going to happen through this initiative. Main objective. First of all, like Paco mentioned, and I'm going to reinforce, I think the reason for us all to be here is finally our patients. How we get to them, I think the work that we do, and I think our customers is the major link for us to get there, right? Empowerment, I think an organization that is able to first understand the work that they are doing, the impact of this work, and how they can improve on a daily basis this work, again, to meet and exceed our patients and customer needs is the organization that we are looking for. Improvement of our internal processes. Whomever was here last year saw that through the Global Employee Survey, this was the #1 area of improvement for Novartis. And obviously, Sandoz Latin America is not out of this. We need to improve the way we do things. We talk a lot about the complexity of commercializing generics, which, by the way, has nothing to do with the way we produce our products. We supply, yes, it's a part of the complexity, but I think it's more linked to the way we commercialize. And funny thing is, I only, like most people that are here, understood this when I first came to Sandoz in 2010. Before that, for me, generics was the simplest thing in our business to be, commercialized, but it's not true. So what I'm saying is that once we have the empowerment to really challenge and come up with things that only add value, I think we are going to have a much better ambience to work on. And finally, this is about it. It's the winning over any obstacle, growing with sustainability. Hopefully, I think we are moving to this direction. That's why I said case for change when we first started was very different. We had a great year last year. I think we are up to a great year this year. I'm very confident this year is going to be top and bottom line. And we see examples like Mexico and Brazil, great start. So that's what we are looking for here. And our belief that we can make it happen not only as individuals, but also as a team, and a regional team. When I go to countries, I think the concept of team locally in countries there, it's very strong. Mm-hmm. But this concept of working for a region, I think is very weak, and that's what we want to leverage through this initiative as well. Focus, the 3 pillars that will be supporting it. We already talked about the simplicity. to dedicate more time and be much more responsive to our patients and customers. Empowerment, understanding, again, the greatness of our business. And when I say greatness, I always think one day I was in Mexico, and they had a campaign about a new product they were launching there, and that was for epilepsy. And I was like, we never think of the impact of the products that our company is selling in one's life. And because you come here, you drive here, and we are here, we are not that much in touch with the field. And then I was like, you know what a great place to work, right? So, and that was some years ago, I think my second year with the company. And I think that's what we want to leverage there. I'm not sure if our sales reps, for instance, that sell products itself, they think about this when they wake up in the morning. So, and they are the ones in the front line. I hope they do. And zero tolerance for no added value activities. Again, goes back to the thing about freeing up time for our patients and customers. Finally, I do believe, and this is a personal belief, that if we have the first one, the simplicity, with the empowerment, the consequence is going to be a much more profitable business. I think this will come naturally, because we are going to have people that will be thinking of how we can be more productive, how we can maximize our spendings and reduce waste, and again, how we can leverage projects that will increase our return on sales. Okay. Like I mentioned, in this first moment, in order to get this going, we have created two groups of people that will help with the implementation. The first one is the group of sponsors that have Paco as the #1 sponsor of the program from the regional point of view. Then each country heads in their countries will be sponsoring this locally. And finally, those of you who are not here, so you now learning that you are sponsors as well. The functional sponsors with Freddy, Costas, Carlos. I think I'm missing a very important name here, or perhaps two, which is Roger. Roger, I promise I will correct this. And no.
Fine like this.
You can embrace me.
I think, I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, this is something that I have to learn. The group of implementation, we have Gabi and I leading the program to start with, and finally locally with the HR team and what we call the change agents. These are people that will be selected. They will have a specific profile. They are going to be representatives of geographies, different functions, different levels. And these are the people that will be in the front line working with different teams and supporting them. They are going to be the bridge between our teams and ourselves, this group that will be supporting the implementation of the program. Okay? We're going to get there. So phase 1 starts right now with the launch and the kickoff and what we call awareness that will last for the next 2 months. Our intention is during this phase really be communicating. And in that sense, Anita has been a great asset, and she will continue helping with the teams and sending out information. For instance, questions that we've got is, okay, how we nominate a project, how we form teams, and all this will be coming very, very soon. I think for today, intentionally, we didn't want to overload people with this information because it wouldn't stick. So in the weeks that come over this next 2 months, this is going to be the case. We are going to have a contest to vote the tagline for our logo. This is going to be next with Anita helping as well. The phase 2. In the meantime, Gabi is working on putting together the training for us. We cannot change a culture without preparing people for that. So what we are going to get through Gabi and other support team is the training on change management and empowerment. what is this that we mean by getting people empowered? What are the behaviors and how people can start to demonstrate these behaviors? And also how we can become more agile as a change organization. So there are techniques, and we will bring this to everybody. Finally, if I look at this, just so you guys know, in the first two sessions we had people already asking, how do I nominate projects? Because like I said in the beginning, there are projects that are going on already. So, and these projects can be accommodated through this initiative. It's not that it has to start from scratch. And we don't need to wait the next 2 months to start, nominating this. So, the project's implementation, obviously we expect that once everybody understands better what this is about, there will be much more than what is there. But those that are ongoing can easily be accommodated through the umbrella of winning culture. The phase 3, which I'm foreseeing in the next 12 to 18 months, this is a long-term kind of implementation project. Is about rewarding. Obviously, we're not going to wait until there, but keeping rewarding consistently, and rewarding by all different means, and also living the winning culture spirit. So this should be ingrained in our culture. It's not something that will be created anymore. So meaning that everybody that will come here, integrate to ourselves or to this team, will feel this in the elevator, in the pasillo, and everywhere. Again, how we bring it to life? Very simple. The projects that we are going to be helping people and supporting them to put together, particularly to leverage these two pillars, which is the improvement of internal processes and increasing profitability. The empowerment pillar is really to help people to leverage these two. Encouraging behaviors to drive the winning culture, and communication. We need to communicate in order to get this going and sustain the momentum. And finally, our projects that will have tangible results, and behaviors also will be duly recognized under any structure that we will be communicating very soon. Any questions so far? If no question, then we go to questions.
Thank you. Very good.
Thank you.
So it's clear, we have a purpose, we know what to do. We are going to do it in the next few weeks and months, and later should be behavior that we want to be embedded in all the organization. For sure, if we want this to happen, we need to communicate, as Eva said, we need to reinforce it, we need to reward it, and we need to have role models. That's why every one of us, being in the regional staff, we need to be role models for everybody in the region. So if we are not a, let's say, perfect example of the behaviors and values that we want to enforce and we want to expand to the rest of the region, will not happen. Because will not happen. They are going to copy the worst of us. They're not going to copy the best of us. If they copy anything, they're not going to copy the best. They're going to copy whatever they see as an easy behavior. So we need to be best possible in order that every other one in the region can match whatever they see in the leadership team in the region.
Just a quick question. In Captiva, we had a session where we gave feedback to the country heads, and the country heads gave feedback to us.
Yes.
Are we thinking of doing something similar, but in the much more wide, in the much wider audience? So we do, because I agree with you, Paco. I mean, we need to understand the image that the countries have from us, and maybe the image that we have from the countries, and somehow constructively improve on that. Is this something that we're looking into doing? Because I think feedback is very critical, and I don't think we either give it or we don't get it.
It's not part of the plan right now, but we can add it. I don't think it's part of this
This
exercise,
plan.
but it's part of what we should continually do.
But you're right. Doing this can facilitate the development and the evolution of this. They are not directly linked, but it does have a direct impact afterwards. We need to continue that work, and unfortunately, with everything that But yes, we definitely, because we have new players on board since then. And important players, key players, and it's time perhaps to go back and do, let's say, a refreshment of that.
Questions? More questions? Comments? Suggestions?
Girls on the line, Gabi, Maria, any question?
No question.
Gabi, anything that you like to say?
Too many.
No, really, it's for me it's a great opportunity, and I think this is the third activity and the third launch, and it's amazing in the reaction. You know, it's and also it's I'm feeling the pressure of doing everything right now because we need to continue moving forward with this project. So I'm very enthusiastic.
Thank you, Abby.
Thank you, Gabi.
So, Freddie, any other questions, your comments? You said that it was the right time to do this?
No, I think as Eva mentioned, it's the timing is really appropriate for us. It comes at a moment where we are really initiating as a company and as a division a whole new moment. The transition from last year is over for us, but now the division starts a new transition with already significant changes in culture. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it couldn't fit better.
First time when I came to the region, Eva said, I have a plan. And it's a winning culture activity that I need
I
to
have
do.
a dream. I have a dream.
And I said, we're not going to do it. And then she hated me. It was only for a while. But I said,
it was a true presentation, I remember.
but I said, it will come. But we are not ready as a team. We will be. We will do it whenever we have clear principles, clear team, clear guidance, some results. Now we have it. We have most of it. Now we can execute what we've decided, that it will take us to the success pathway, and it's just to follow the agreements that we did in Captiva and the agreements that we do every month in order to succeed, expectations and to succeed in what we do, which is doing best for the patients in Latin America. I think we need to do it better, better and better, better than competitors, better than anybody else in the world, and be happy and enjoy everything we do. And reinforce that behavior across the region, and this means across the team. And say, welcome to any good attitude, and give some feedback to the people that are not behaving as we are supposed to do in order to be a leading team and a leading company in the industry. Okay?
Yeah,
And then the next step will be not leading industry, not a leading company in the industry, but a leading company in the region. That we will.
What I expect from the functional sponsors is really that today is very new. I understand that you guys integrate this into everything that you do with your teams in a way to be also I don't know the expression, the cheerleaders, and get them also very much engaged and thinking about what else they can do and better. And I think, Fred, you have, I don't know if you have calls or what is your operating meeting with your team, but I know you talk to them one-to-ones or group calls or when you go to the countries. Costas, you, Roger, I think all of us, when we go and meet with our teams, that we remember, and in that sense, we, the implementation team, we are going to try to create as much mechanisms that can help you to do this on a, let's say, structure or frequent basis. But I really hope that you integrate this on, your daily basis operating meeting from now on. As soon as you hear more the details of what this is, okay? That's why the sponsorship is intentional. We all have to work on.
Any other question? will it be like this?
Is the awards, yearly awards, when you say rewarding, there's
No,
like a timeline
the-
year over year? Or?
There will be the quarterly awards. We need to come up very quickly with this thing because otherwise it doesn't create the momentum. And then the yearly awards, that will be something that we want to do.
We will do
For the
awards.
big thing, there will be different categories. So we will start with this, but there is also an element of recognition very, very quickly locally. And then we want to create this possibility to have like on a monthly basis what we do. There are people that demonstrate the behavior by doing something that we are going to at least have this person pictures in the SharePoint and with a formal congratulations from Paco, for instance, or from one of the functional sponsors and so on. That's how we are going. It cannot be only this, otherwise it may...
More cost.
Yeah.
Good? Will do?
Okay, I think with this we
Thank you.
finish. There is now a little celebration organized by Johnny, as always.
No,
There is some
I'm just too no.
good food.
As always.
And what is the deal? So we go there?
No, yeah, just
we just go there? Okay. We go to the kitchen, it's there.
Good.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.